to welcome Caroline Codsi to the program today. She was on stage with Mrs. Clinton last night as moderator. She's the president and founder of Women in Governance. Joins me now. Welcome. Been busy 24 hours for you,
Yes,
huh?
it has been.
Yeah. Had you met Miss Clinton before?
No, I hadn't.
So it was quite an experience.
It was an amazing experience last night.
Yeah. Tell me what she said that stood out for you.
Well, I think this book, first and foremost, the reason why she wrote this book is to tell the truth about what actually happened. Also share her emotions. I think it was 2 very difficult years for her. Exhilarating, joyful. There were good times, very bad times as well, as we all know. But I think that her message is really an alarm about what's happening to our democracy. And I'm not sure people really realized what was happening because it was all covered by stories around her emails. And I think that if you just wonder, why did Comey reopen the investigation so close to the election, yet didn't even mention that there was an investigation into Trump's ties with Russia, which was way more important than Hillary Clinton's emails that, as we all know, didn't contain much.
For sure, but without sort of relitigating and revisiting the entire campaign, she's come under criticism for not taking as much personal responsibility, for being out of touch with certain segments of the American population, which allowed Donald Trump to capitalize on that and propel him to the White House. Did she touch on that at all?
Well, listen, in the book she does extensively. She does say, I'm taking my responsibility, I'm done. I'm not running for office again anyway.
Right.
Her goal is to encourage more women to get into politics so that we can get misogyny and sexism out of politics. And I think she's been very candid. She said it, I let my guard down. Yeah. She's not talking like a politician. She's really talking like someone who has experienced something very unique. I mean, it's the first woman who took a crack at that ultimate glass ceiling and all the attacks that she was under
Does she believe that she didn't win in many ways because she is a woman? Does sexism play a role?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it played a role. It doesn't mean it's the only role it played, but definitely sexism and misogyny. And there are 3 men in particular that stand out, and that's obviously Trump, but also Putin and Assange and their attacks. And, of course, FBI Director Comey.
Yes. You know, she came to Canada. She had nice words for Canadians and our inclusivity, our policy on immigration. But Canada is not without its own issues of sexism. We saw a Climate Barbie quote made from a sitting member of the government. Did she touch on that?
Well, I did.
Yes, you raised it.
I raised it because, you know, we all want to see more women in politics, but there's got to we have to see a change. It's really discouraging for women when we start having more visibility, more power. It disturbs people. And this is true in Canada as well. And the Climate Barbie example, which I brought last night, was very true. But I'll give you another example. There's also feminine solidarity that has a role to play. You know, are women throwing each other under the bus, or are they helping each other out? Right. And there was an article this morning in Toronto Star where the reporter was saying that my questions were too adoring, that I should have been harder with her. And I'm trying to understand why, as the president of Women in Governance, an organization for the advancement of women, talking to the single woman who has done the most for other women and who has really gone as high as you can get for a woman. Not sure why I should have been hard on her last night.
That's an interesting point, because if we're trying to, and I say we collectively as society is trying to encourage more women to enter politics, why would you want to start to, you know, that's my job as a journalist, to kind of hack away at you and perhaps hack away at politicians. But if you want to encourage women to get into politics, you don't want to, in essence, scare them away or make them feel like they're going to become a target. Is that your point?
I mean, it was a book tour last night. It wasn't Charlie Rose.
Correct. Great point. Wish we had more time, but great to have you on the program.
Thanks for coming. Thank you so much for having me.
Caroline Codsi is the president and founder of Women in Governance. Thank you.
Thank you.